Destiny 2 has been confirmed to come out on the 8th of September this year for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4 and the PC. Now that last one, the PC, that was a very big surprise to me, and it is the reason that I am most definitely going to pick up this game and, well, probably also cover it here on my YouTube channel. Does that mean that I'm completely quitting The Division altogether? Not really. I mean, most of you have probably watched my most recent video about The Division. You know how I feel about the game at the moment, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't secretly hoping for a Division 2 announcement somewhere at this year's E3. However, because the chances of that actually happening are pretty much zero, I thought it would be a healthy plan to jump into a new world, the world of Destiny, starting today with the coverage on Destiny 2. Now, so far, Bungie has only released a couple of these CGI trailers with information about the storyline primarily. So to anyone here looking for some actual gameplay, I'm going to have to disappoint you. The first gameplay will be shown on the 18th of May, so yeah, that's still more than a month away. But what I can do for you is put everything together that we know so far about the game into one video. Make sure that you're sort of up to date about what's coming, even if you haven't really been following Destiny in the past. So yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do today. Let's begin. To very briefly go through the story, Destiny 2 takes place after the events of Destiny 1. In Destiny 1 you had these enemies named as the Cabal, mostly seen on planet Mars, and in Destiny 2 these guys have come to Earth, they've attacked and destroyed the tower, which is the main hub for all the players in Destiny 1, and the Traveler and the city around it, they also look in a less than ideal state. And according to this GameStop page for the Collector's Edition of Destiny 2, all the Guardians, which are the players, have been stripped of their powers and are back to square one. And that's the story, that's where it all starts off. There is a little bit more to it, because the Cabal have done this under the leadership of Gaul, which is the commander of the Red Legion, but that's jumping way deep in the lore. What I've given you here is the short version of it. Now, because all the Guardians have been stripped of their power, that indeed means that all the players have to start all over in terms of character progression, meaning that those that are comfortably sitting at 400 light level in Destiny 1, they will not be getting any edge over those that are completely new to the franchise. However, all those dedicated players, they will not be left in the dark entirely. According to this Games Radar article about Destiny posted just a few days ago, players that have reached level 20 and have completed the Black Garden story mission, which is, well, pretty much everybody I guess, will be able to keep the character that they have created for Destiny 1 if they want to do so. This is by no means mandatory though, so if for some reason you created an abomination of a character and you've regretted the decision ever since, then this will also be the time for you to try all over. Unless of course you really enjoyed walking around with that abomination. One thing to keep in mind as well is that the things that you have bought from the in-game stores, such as emotes, all those things, they will not be carried over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. So yeah, unless you really need that emote right now for Destiny 1, it's probably a better idea to keep that money in your wallet. What was a little bit surprising to me, but maybe it shouldn't have been so surprising considering how the gaming industry works nowadays, is the amount of details that we already have on the pre-order bonuses and packages. We have the Collector's Edition, we have the Limited Edition, the Digital Deluxe Edition, etc, etc, etc. We almost know more about the DLC and the Season Pass than about the actual game. Now, of course, I wouldn't recommend anyone ever buying any game when no official gameplay footage has been shown yet. Again, Bungie is going to show their first gameplay on the 18th of May, so that's where we will get a better impression of it all, but I did shortly want to go over what you can expect out of the DLC if you were to choose to pick up one of those collector's editions, including a season pass or whatever. First and foremost, it's annoying, but just as with Destiny 1, PlayStation 4 users will be getting all content a month early over the Xbox One. I am surely not alone when I say that I very much dislike these kind of practices. As you all know, The Division had the same thing going, but then the other way around, where the Xbox One would get most of the DLC a month early, and it's just annoying. Now, Destiny 2 is of course also coming for the PC, but how this will work for the PC users, that's not quite clear yet. It could be the same case as with The Division, where the PC platform will get it at the same date as the first console. So whenever it releases for the PlayStation 4, it will also release for the PC. But it could also be the other way around, where the PC player base has to wait for the DLC just like the other console, the way that, for example, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 has gone. Obviously, myself, I am kinda hoping for the first scenario, as I'm pretty sure that if I decide to cover this game the same way that I did for The Division on YouTube, and all of the PlayStation 4 content comes a month early, well, then I'm going to have to be forced to buy a PlayStation 4, buy a capture device for that PlayStation 4 as well, get a decent headset with that, 2 copies for the game, 2 season passes for the game, of course, 1 for the PC platform and then 1 for PlayStation. And yeah, that's going to be a pretty expensive day. But if I don't do that, by the time that I finally get to cover the new raid or whatever new stuff the DLC brings on the PC, people have already beaten it a million times and anything that I upload will be completely irrelevant by then. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit annoying. Either way though, it sucks that these deals have to exist, no matter how you look at it. It's all about that money, man. Now, talking about what is to come with that DLC, well, there isn't much more other than the fact that there will be 2 major expansions that you get with the Season Pass. According to the official website, it will include additional story missions, co-op activities, competitive multiplayer, and of course new armor, new weapons, new gear, and that sort of stuff. What stood out to me the most is of course the competitive multiplayer part, because this can mean a few things. First up, that some sort of competitive multiplayer will not be included in the base game, which I believe would be a mistake. And of course, second up, it confirms that there will be actual competitive multiplayer, which is something that I am convinced almost every game needs. What is the thing that kept me going playing Halo 3 back in the day? Well, that is reaching True Skill 50 in every playlist. What is the thing that kept me playing Halo Wars for all those thousands of hours? Well, that was the leaderboards with the skill-based matchmaking. What is the thing that keeps me hooked on Heroes of the Storm right now? Again, that is leaderboards with skill-based matchmaking, trying to hit that #1 spot. And the lack of something like this is one of the reasons that I am currently not playing The Division anymore. I know that Destiny 1 somewhere in its lifetime stealth included some sort of skill-based matchmaking system, but as far as I know, players didn't really get to see or show off just how high their skill level actually was. There was no ranking tied to your skill level, so what I'm hoping to see in this competitive multiplayer update is that it brings it big with ranks based on skill, leaderboards, ratings and all that sort of stuff, because if I enjoy a game, then those are the things that keep me playing all day, every single day. Other than the actual DLC that you get through the Season Pass, there will be a bunch of goodies like different figures or a special bag if you get the collector's edition from different places. But I myself, I've never really been a lore guy or a person that likes to collect these sort of things in real life. You know, I'm just here for the game. But if you want to take a look at what the different bundles will be able to give you, then I've left a few links in the description box down below, and you can go check those out for yourself. However, here I am again, but I would not recommend pre-ordering anything until we've actually seen a good amount of gameplay and until we're closer to launch. In fact, I'd recommend not pre-ordering at all and waiting for reviews, but I know that a lot of you aren't going to do that anyway, so if you must have the game the very second that it comes out, you can just pre-order a few days before launch when all the information is out there and when you know more about the game. And who knows what kind of a deal you will stumble upon in the meanwhile. Maybe I just saved you 25 bucks right here, right now. You can thank me later. Oh, and that reminds me, there's also a beta that will be playable this summer. I'm guessing that it will be available to the public shortly after E3. Now, to get guaranteed access, you have to pre-order, but if you aren't going to pre-order and if you're not able to get in, then this will at least be the time where you can look up some videos on YouTube and get a better understanding of what this game will be all about. I'm sure a ton of people will be streaming that beta and will be making videos about it. The Destiny community is pretty huge as far as I know, so there won't be a lack of information there. I can give you one spoiler though, and that is that there will be tons of loot.
There will be a ton of loot! Yeah, right? That's what I thought.
Other than that, yeah, there isn't much more that we know about the game. If the current trend continues on though, I guess we can expect a lot more information leading up to that gameplay review on the 18th of May, with a big bomb of extra information afterwards, not to forget the gameplay breakdowns and all that stuff that we'll be seeing from everybody on the internet shortly after. Now you can bet that I'll be keeping a close eye on everything and keep you up to date here on this channel, unless for some odd reason you just really don't want me to cover this game. Gotta be honest with you, that would kinda suck, as I'm actually really looking forward to it myself. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Anyway, I will see you guys later, or like they say in the Netherlands, zie je later.